getting mosquito bites. Give it a minute for some people to join. Hang on. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, you should subscribe. I'm actively always posting content. I do lives like once or twice a week. And I post videos also like once or twice a week and shorts in between. And what I like to do is explain about day-to-day life in Cambodia and how different things work here. And then also I help people follow in my footsteps and move here and become a teacher, just with advice, and tell them the program I took and how beneficial it was. So I know there's not many people in the room right now, but people watch the video later, so still have to talk. So I put a link in the description. If you're someone that's interested in teaching and you don't even know where to get started to get your TESOL certificate, that's how you become certified to be a teacher. You could follow in my footsteps and take the program I took, and they line you up with a job at the end of it. That's the best part. Oh, someone's writing something. Oh, from Dallas. We got someone in Dallas. And yeah, if you do exactly the program I took, it takes place in Phnom Penh. So like I flew here, and then the program includes accommodation as well. So you go to the hotel that they have, and there's like 10 other people in your class, or however many signed up that month, and you're all staying in the same accommodation. So you meet each other, you become friends, and you meet each other there, and then you go to class every day. And it's a 4-week program, includes accommodation, and then just as you're coming out of it, they line you up with job interviews, and they send your CV out to all the different schools. So like when I was in the final few days of the course, I was already getting emails to go and interview. Now that's if you want to do it in person, which is the best way. I would always recommend that. But sometimes people want to do it at home in their own time, or they can't take a whole month off away from things that they'd like to work on their certificate on the side. This program, you can sign up for it and do it online instead, like do it all yourself from home online. And then when you come here, the job assistance is still there for you, hands-on job assistance. And then there's some people that watch that, yeah, I've already taught a year or two before, and I have a TEFL already, and I'm just watching because I want to see how Cambodia is now, and get advice on how to get a job. If you already have a TEFL, they have a program at this course. Check in the link in the description, and they have a separate program if you already have a TEFL, where it's just for job assistance. So you get some practice in a few schools, you observe a few teachers, and then they send your CV and resume to all the schools, and you line you up with interviews. And if you're interested and you go for it, make sure you use the referral Tom trips out, because I'll get a small commission, and then it helps support this channel and keep it going, keep it growing, because I put a lot of time into it and I don't get anything. YouTube doesn't pay me anything, barely. Oh, thanks, Seth. Seth says, always enjoy watching my videos. They're all informative. Yeah, some of them are more informative than others. Like sometimes I'm just walking around, but it's always good to, all of it's good to see. Pretty soon I'm going to sign up to start teaching online too, with a website called Cambly, and you don't even need a TEFL to teach on there. It's more like you have conversations with people that want to practice their English, and they're paying. But if you have a TEFL, you can, as a tutor on that website, you would have your own little profile, and my profile will show that I do have a TESOL, and I'll end up getting way more clients coming to me because I'm actually a trained English teacher. Yeah, so the title of this one's all about teaching, so we can get into that more. Maybe you're wondering what's the course like? What do you do every day? What kind of stuff do they tell you about? Sometimes people think that they're gonna be teaching you in the TESOL course. They'll be teaching you English grammar and everything, so that you'll be ready to teach it to someone. That's not at all what it is. They don't. You're expected to just know that stuff or figure it out on your own on the side. What the TESOL course is about is teaching you how to teach and how to plan a lesson and how to organize a game and how there's different types of learners and how you should orchestrate and construct your games and exercises so that within a period, within a whole class, you do exercises that touch on different types of learners so that they get to work independently, they get to work as a group, they get to practice speaking, they get to practice writing, like presenting in front of the class, and you do try to get a mix of everything and not just only one type. They teach you that kind of thing. You learn lots of like different games that are commonly used in ESL classes, and they really come in handy. Like if the power goes out and your PowerPoint goes down, and then you have all these backup games in your head that you learned in the TESOL course. And what's cool about that, if you're doing the course online at home, yeah, you can read it or watch a little video and stuff, and you're sitting alone. But when you do it in person in Phnom Penh, and you're learning all these new games and exercises, you actually act them out and play those games together with the other people in your class in the course. And so it's a way better way to get a feel for it when you actually do the game yourself. And then when you go and do it in a classroom, you've already like done it before. You understand it way better. Oh, Pierce, great to catch alive. Yeah, good to see you. Buffalo Bill, morning. Well, where I am, it's like 8:30 or whatever, 8 and change. I don't know what time it is exactly. So Seth has a question. I'm thinking of retiring in the US, come to Cambodia and become a teacher. I speak Khmer. I will be 55 years old. What is my chance of getting hired? Yeah, totally. You're wondering because you'll be 55 that you will have less chance of getting hired. It's not true. There's totally old people working for sure. At the school I worked at, right where I'm working at now. Well, I'm off for the summer, but at the school I work at, there's at least 2 guys that are that age or older, and then like another 2 or 3 that are just below that, like just approaching that age. So there's many. It does not matter at all if you're 55. Is this a teaching channel now? No, it's not. I just help people. Like I try to encourage people that want to move here and teach, but they're lost and they don't know where to start or anything. I can let them know what I did, and they can follow in my footsteps. I'm trying to help and encourage people to go through the same TESOL course I went through, because I had a really great experience, and it was life-changing, and I have a good life now, and if I can refer people, it helps. I'll get a small commission, and then it helps me. I like this life over here of making videos, and I want to be the best Cambodia channel, but I've got to get more people over here. Pierce, video about apps to download, super helpful. Yeah. When I just first started reading that, I thought you were about to say a video about apps would be super helpful. I thought you were telling me to make one. I was about to say I just put one. I just made one yesterday. No, but you're saying that one I made was helpful. Yeah. Yeah, those are it's my bread and butter. Every meal I order, basically. And if you're really playing all the different apps, you're really looking and checking, you can get enough food for 2 people, but you would eat it all. Like, you know, pig out and eat it all. But it's like, it's really enough for 2 people eating a normal amount for like $3.50 or $4. Like, if you're not careful, you could spend $12 easily. Like, and then if you're doing that every day, every meal, that can really make a difference. You got a meeting with Peter tomorrow morning. Cool. What are you guys talking about? Are there many scams there now? Bill is asking. There's always little scams here and there. Like, the latest one I saw was when people pay ABA, vendors will have like a QR code, and you take your phone and you scan their QR code. And someone had came and put their own bank account QR code like seamlessly over the vendors. So then, and it gets so busy, they're just like, yeah. They look up at your phone and it says success, but no one's really reading the name up close. And you don't realize you're sending your money to like someone else. You're not even paying the guy. Like, Seth, I see you're having a great life in Cambodia, so I want to do the same thing. The US is so damn expensive. Yeah. Cost of living, that's a huge reason I moved here. Cool. Yeah, probably to make sure that you have like a background check or something, and what date you're gonna land and all that, maybe. I don't know. And I heard there's an area called Russian Market in Cambodia here, and it's really popular, really cool area. If I wasn't involved in the bans right here, I would move to that area too. But apparently, because there's so many tourists there, that's where like petty crime is starting to increase a little. From what I've been hearing, I've been hearing stories lately of people's phones getting stolen, and the latest thing I heard was someone driving on a motorbike, and they had their phone in their pocket, and you can see it because there's like a rectangle bulge on their side of their pants. And the criminals drive by on their motorbike. I mentioned this on another video, but they drive by on their motorbike and they put their hand into your pocket, and they just rip your pants off, like rip your pocket right off of your pants, like rip that right open, and that could make you fly off your bike or cause a major accident. Like, this is all while you're driving. Like, and they just come up beside you, reach into your pocket and rip super hard. Hit my guitar right here. And then they'll just to steal your phone. Pierce, you're arriving 10 days before the course starts. No, but don't be afraid that I just said that. He said he's going to Russian Market first. It's that's the best place. Like, if I could recommend the best place to go, it's there. I've never had a time where I even felt scared, and nothing's ever happened to me ever. But it does, but it's not, and when things happen, it's not usually like a big violent crime. It's like they get your phone and they take off. Like, they don't, it's not like they're beating you up or whatever. Like, that, where you're going is the best area you could go beside, and then where I am right here is like the close second. And we're only like less than 2 kilometers apart. So Bill says, just get yourself to the bars on Riverside. They're friendly people. That's true, but if you walk around the Riverside when it's really late at night, then there's pickpockets there too. Kind of, it's just above PKK1. It's a little bit north. Yeah, the course is very close to Riverside. You can walk there from where you'll be if you're using their accommodation. It's 5-10 minute walk. Like, everything's a close tuk-tuk ride usually anyway. So yeah, Pierce in the chat that we're talking about here, he's coming in August to do the AVSE course, and he's used my channel as a referral. So should be cool like Pierce and sign up. He's from Toronto as well, but we never knew each other. But even I'm from Toronto too. He's a musician, so when he gets here, maybe we'll do some music. And then he can be in a video and tell you guys how good the course was. Yeah, nice to see you too. I was playing guitar the other day in a bar. I was in this tiny bar down in Basak Lane, and they passed around this guitar and it's missing a string, and they're like, "Who plays guitar?" And I was playing guitar, but I had no pick, and so the top of my finger got like slammed, and now it really is tender. Here's a little beer. Here's a beer tab. Maybe I can use that. Yeah, you could bring a guitar. I brought like a bunch of I brought 2 guitars and a ukulele. I brought 3 instruments. I'm using a beard pull-off tab. It gets caught. You want me to play you an original song, you guys? I have a song called "Let Me Leave" about like the 6 or 8 months leading up to when I wanted to leave Canada and come to Cambodia, but because of COVID, like the flights were blocked, and so I kept on. I was ready to go, but I wasn't able to fly yet because the flights weren't open. So I wrote this song called "Let Me Leave." Yeah, and I brought all the instruments at once. Well, I'm standing at the station. My train is late. Got here early in the morning. Been waiting here all day. No drop a doll of alcohol, no night to sip all day. No one's standing here to keep me company while I wait. So let me leave because I wanna go. Don't wanna live this kind of life. Don't want to stay inside no more. Let me leave, why won't you let me go? I'm getting on the next flight. Come on, let me leave. Come on, let me leave. I'm a man of patience. I do the best I can when I wait. If I wait for nothing, it only makes me mad. Not just because no trains come through here the past few days, but cause when I looked above, I felt it start to rain. So let me leave because I wanna go. Don't wanna live this kind of life. Don't want to stay inside no more. Let me leave, why won't you let me go? I'm getting on the next flight. Come on, let me leave, don't tell me no. Come on, let me leave, don't tell me no. Come usually more balls out singing. I was kind of whisper singing because it's at night in my apartment. I don't want to bother the other people around. Yeah, I'm really thank you. Seth says I'm multi-talented. Yeah, I'm really like I'm a bass player, so I have no business playing guitar or singing, but I mess around and write songs like that. But on bass, I'm more serious. Okay. Nah. Do you have tips on how to transition chords? You have to practice. Like that's it. That's all you have to do is get your hand used to it. Because at first you're going to be like, "What?" You'll have your hand on one type of chord, and then it'll take you like 10 seconds to set up the next one, and then playing, and then you're like, you go back to that first one. You're like, "How would I ever like let go of that one and then be able to just grab the next one with seamlessly without a thing in between?" Like, and that just completely goes away if you just. You have to go step by step, like maybe play that one chord and just practice going ding, like between just from one chord to another chord and back and forth, and just stick to those two, and then you have to slowly then add another one, and then it's like a little bit at a time. Like to do it, what you should be doing is as little movement as possible. Then it's like the most efficient way. But, I don't know. Transac, yeah, I lived like on that street basically, one street over from there. That's where my old apartment was. It's right beside the lab. Pierce is saying the Transac is a good venue to play in Toronto. More Formosa. Nice. Many people can play, but few can create legit good melody and lyrics. Thanks. Maybe I should post some of I create like lyric videos and make recordings and stuff, but I never mix that stuff in with my Tom Trips Out stuff really. But maybe I should start doing it now that I have people that are like my fans or like my followers. Tom, for how long do you plan to stay in Cambodia? Do you like it there? Do you want to live there for many years? Yeah, many years. I don't even have an end date in mind. It's just starting to get good. It's like at least another, I don't know. I want to say 2, and then that sounds way too small. Like 5, I guess. At least 5 years. Have you have many gigs? Not right now, and then in one of my bands, the Visa Runners, the guitar player was playing soccer or football, and he fell and broke his wrist. So he's out for like a month and a half or 2 months. And then he's going to Vietnam like after that. So it's like that band's pretty much toast. So I got to get my solo act in gear. And then I'm still in like the rock band when I had pictures like wearing a bandana, like that rock band with Ali G. So I've got the rock band. I want to get my butt in gear and get a solo act going, like what you just heard. But I could try to learn covers, and I have an iPad now, so I could I could attach the iPad to the mic stand, and have the chords and lyrics there for covers and stuff. But I'm not an amazing singer. But if I just got like 30 songs together in a list and then hammer my way through them. And then don't ask for too much money, and then get some gigs going. Yeah, Brunswick Street. So one more street to the east is Robert Street, I think. Oh no, Major Street, Major, and that was my street, Major Street. So I used to walk up Major Street and then go through an alley, walk west through a little alley to Brunswick Street, and then I'm basically looking at the lab, and Transac is to the left. True. I'll be in Mississauga, but Maybe I'll plan, so you said Mondays. I could plan to meet my like Toronto friends on a Monday, but I'd go early and play that open mic first, then go meet my friends after. But Monday's not a night that I would probably, that they're gonna be planning stuff probably. How did you do your theme song for this channel and other songs? It was actually on this guitar. I made that, I wrote that song and I made it up and then I played it, recorded it in my bedroom, like on my computer. The drums are fake, like I used samples and loops and put it together to make the drums. And then I played the bass and I played the guitar and I sang. G'day, Matto. I don't even remember how to play that song. Like after the day I recorded it, I never have played it again. I think it's G and C. Yeah. Hey, everybody come along with me. A trip to a place to find I'll see. People eat food to enjoy it. What you got to try this well. I think it's a different key actually. Whatever. Forget it. It's like I made it up and then I got all my computer out and started recording it and everything, and then just like then for a few days I was working on the recording on my computer, and then like since then I never tried to like play it again on guitar ever. It's really refreshing. You're saying that my theme song is really refreshing. Your theme song's great, and your video intros and outros are unique. Oh, thanks. Your theme song is really refreshing. I think it's like quirky, which is cool. That's what like a TV show song, like a jingle should be kind of like. All the good ones are kind of have their own weird, they're like have their own thing about them. All the good TV show songs are cool jingles are always kind of weird. There's a band from Canada that's kind of old that they're not really doing much anymore, but from the 90s, and they were called the Bare Naked Ladies. And some people say that my theme song reminds me of that kind of music, like the Bare Naked Ladies song. More Formosa. Do also tutoring on the side for extra money, or maybe already too busy? Seems like music would also be another avenue for you. Yeah, I could. You just got to figure it out. Like I'd have to do it privately, or I'm sure if I just post it online a lot, and a lot of people see me now when I go to when I go back to the bars that I've played at a bunch of times, and then I go back another night where like I'm not playing, I can tell people know who I am. Like when I walk around now, I've been on stage enough times now that doing bass, and I'm really strong on bass too, so it turns heads sometimes. So then later the next day or next time I'm at that bar walking around, people are always cheersing me. Like I have respect when I walk around. What about that other, like whistling or whatever you call it in English? Oh. So Lars was asking about, he said, what about the other, like the whistling or whatever you call it in English, in the middle of my vids? And I think you mean during my videos, there'll be like instrumental like beats that are playing that have musical elements in them too. And there's a few that have like a flute in it. Can't whistle now. Because there's a fan blowing right at me, so it's hard to whistle. So those are, I still made those. So in my recording software, there's a huge library bank of like thousands of loops and samples of just like a drum or a snare or a flute. And I'll take all these pieces and make many layers and layer them, and they're coming in and out at different times. And so using very small pieces of instruments and samples. I put it together and like make a beat using samples and loops that I arrange and layer. That's where they come from. And then every time I make one, I save it. So now I have like a folder with like 30 or 40 of these like beats I've made, and then I randomly put them in when I'm editing the video, and I'm like, okay, right here I want some music to come in, and I sort of remember all the ones I've made, and I just right away, like as I'm watching, I'll feel like I'll start like humming the one that I wanted that feels good at that time for whatever's happening in the video at that time. So I'm like, oh, the flute one would be good right now, and then I like put that in there, or like the one with trumpets. There's one with like trumpets in it. Yo, bro. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, the whistling's, Lara says the whistle sound, the flute is calming. What I would do when I was finding samples, there's so many to choose from. You can't even have enough time you just press the down arrow and keep listening to every next one. And so I started to type in things like Chinese instruments or Asian or stuff like that, and it is bringing me to these like lists of little like 5-second clips of a flute, of like an Asian pan flute, or a weird stringed instruments and sitar, or like Chinese guitar things, or I don't know what it's called. There's like one that has just one string and he's like like that, and I'm incorporating these Asian like elements into my beats, so that when I'm walking around a temple and I put these beats behind it, you feel more like you're traveled to Asia, because the music is like matching the vibe. I use a program called Logic. Now I was asking what app or website do I use to edit my songs. So I use a software called Logic Pro. And also, gotta mention it, obligatory mention, this channel is monetized, so if you want to support me and you like what I'm doing, you can, in this chat, it's even possible to send donations and super thanks, and it helps me out when I take tuk-tuks places to make videos and all that, but you don't have to. I'm going to do these lives no matter what. But just got to mention it. It's always appreciated, any amount. And I know what ends up happening is I get a lot of my regulars that have already done it before, so it's not like you can send money every single time, obviously. But you just gotta, it's part of my job as doing these things, you gotta mention it. What other questions you got? And I've had a few people that have been watching these videos and they're interested in the job assistance program that AVSE has. That's the TESOL school I went to that I'm always recommending to people. They have a separate program. If you already have your TEFL, you can come do a job assistance thing. And some of my viewers have been trying to apply for that. And as part of that, you have to show like what TEFL you have, because we have to decide, is it some bogus one that was like a $20 one from online that's not an actual certification, or is it a real one? And if it's not real, you don't even qualify to do this course, because at AVSC they're going to put you in real schools and then vouch for you and help you get a job. They won't back you like that if you have a really bogus TEFL or TESOL certificate. And a few of my viewers that have, oh, how do I get a job there? And I already have my TEFL, I already got one. And then they try to apply for the job assistance, and I'm getting copied on the email, and I'm seeing whatever TEFL they got from wherever they got it from, we won't accept it, doesn't count as a proper, legitimate one. And you don't want that to happen. So like, if you're serious about yourself and your career, you should do the one I'm talking about. Lars is asking, is my flight Bangkok to Canada? No, it's Phnom Penh to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong. On the way to Canada, I'm actually going like Hong Kong to Vancouver, which is the other side of Canada. It's not even where I live. I'm spending 24 hours in Vancouver and then taking a very small plane, like whatever it is, a 5-hour flight to Toronto the next day. The round tickets was like US, it would be like, I think it was like 1,800 or something. And that was me trying to find the cheapest, like airline, the cheapest deals, and like going through Vancouver was cheaper. But I have a friend there that I haven't seen in a really long time, so I'm gonna make a video there. It's really beautiful in Vancouver. It's like a major city, but there's mountains in the background. Like, the nature's crazy. And the last time I've been there before, but it was like February. Now it's going to be August, so it'll be way better weather probably, unless it's raining. Nah says, you're interested in making music. Do you have any tips? You could watch stuff on YouTube, and maybe you could start off with GarageBand. It's way easier to understand GarageBand. It's like a really simpler, dulled down version of other recording software, because you sort of have to know a lot to use the real ones. How much should a newcomer to Cambodia pay at once for an apartment? Should you pay for 2 months or even more in the beginning of rent, or just 1 month payment and no deposit at all? That's a good question. Every place sort of has its own rules, but you know what's normal is you pay like 2 months, right? Like 1 month, you pay the first month, and then you pay a security deposit, and that's usually the cost of 1 month. Like, so I just moved into this place where I'm sitting now, and it's $250 a month. So I looked at it and I liked it, so I gave them $250 to like take it off the market as my like, okay, I'm taking it. And then when I came to sign the papers, I had to give the other $250, and that's the deposit. So it was like, you need first months and you need a deposit at most places, I think. And then some places will try to get, at my last apartment I just came from, I had to leave like 3 months worth, and that's a big red flag. Everyone says, and many people are saying I probably won't get it back, and so that'll be interesting. I find out like in about a month or so if I like how much, like if they're gonna screw me for that or whatever. And I talked to the guy about it, and he warned me right from the beginning that it takes about 2 weeks after you're finished living there. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks for them to give it back to you. I think also partly because the utility bills are in a lag too. So even though it'll be like a month that I've not lived there, part of that next electricity bill will still have some of the time that I did live there. So they'll have to subtract that from my thing, but that should only be like $20 or something. So I should get my full deposit back, and then maybe minus like $25 or something. Or less, even less than that, because when I moved out of there early, and when I stepped out of there, I shut off the power. Like not only did I like turn the lights off, I like turned the fuse switches off. Like I switched it. Everything shut down, like nothing. Like not the fridge, not like everything is off, totally flicked off. Like, so there shouldn't be much of anything like subtracted from my. There is a little bit. There's like a week, and when I was moving out, I had the AC like blasting because I was moving stuff, and so it's not zero, but it's not a lot. It should be like $15 maybe. Rambled on there. Okay. So yeah, you're asking how much should you pay? So I think be prepared to pay 2 months, but people that get in your face like, oh, that's way too much deposit, you shouldn't get it back. They're like, and people always say, I would never give more than just 1 month. And you'll get people telling you that, but in the real world, they want at least 2. I think 2 is normal. At my last place, when they're asking 3, that's like excessive. They just said, and there is a really big screen TV, and there was a nice couch and stuff like that. And so they were saying it's because of they've had bad experiences where that stuff got damaged or went missing, and so they started taking more deposit. But so then they basically said, as long as the TV is still there, you get it all back. But yeah, he warned me it would be a few weeks after, like even from before I even moved in, so that's fine. So it's going to be like, I think August 15th, or I'll be in Canada and I'll find out if I got the deposit back. Matto says he's finding flights are still ridiculously expensive. Yeah, Lars, but you need to get a 6-month contract. Yeah, 6 month or a year. I got a year at this one. Thank you, Tom, for the very detailed and precise answers. No problem. Jean-Paul. Hey, Tom, how are you enjoying your days off? I love it. It's like, this is like the happiest the last 2 weeks, or however long it's been, 3 weeks now, I guess. Anyways, yeah, it like can't get any better. Especially because I'm still, even though I'm off, like at my work, the paychecks are 2 weeks behind always. You're on like a lag, and so the next pay period coming, I still have those 2 weeks, which was the last 2 weeks I worked at school. And then also right when I left, I used all my vacation time that I had saved it all till now. And so it's almost like, I tried to calculate it, the next paycheck coming is almost going to be a full paycheck. It's like a full paycheck, maybe minus 3 or 4 days or something. So my point is, you're asking me how does it feel to have all this time off? It's like even more amazing because it's like vacation mode, but I still have an income coming in because I'm using my vacation days. So it's like paid days off. Oh yeah. But pretty much the second I get on that plane on July 26th, I'm not making money anymore after that. Making like $1 a day on YouTube. Look at this, I'm getting mosquito bites on my... They wait till you're doing something. You should see my ability to kill them now is like, or like I don't hesitate. Like you see one, because you know if you watch one and you can see it, it's like it like disappear. You lost it. Oh, where did it go? And you can't find it. So it's like if I can see it, I like. It's like that movie Castaway when Tom Hanks gets lost on that island and then he's trying to catch a fish right away and he sucks and everything, and then it kind of flashes forward to like a month or 2 months later or whatever, way in the future, and he's just sharpshooter. Yeah, it's like a really annoying mosquito problem. It's like in the whole night I'll have like 2 that get in here. It's not like tons and tons, but it's like 2 mosquitoes that hide under my couch, and they keep coming out and biting my ankles and then going back under the couch. Like that's what they're in my feet. And now my elbow. And they're so small and they're really quiet. Okay. Lars, have you been in Campot? I heard it's a chill place. Yeah, I did. I stayed in a hut on a river. I went to this place called Eden Eco Village. There's videos about that. If you go to my playlist section, a lot of the playlists are like different cities, and there's one that's Campot and Cap. It is chill. Maddo, 1 month deposit, 1 month rent in advance. But last month rental paid up. Had that many times, so it all works out, yeah. Campot is a chill place. Yeah. The mosquitoes are really bad in Texas, Seth is saying. YouTube pays 23 day. No, I get paid from the ads, and I check every day, and it's about at $1 or a little less. It's like 90 cents or between 90 cents and $1.20 each day. That's what I get. So like, it's showing me right now the average for the last 28 days is about 40, 45, make like 45 a month off YouTube. So Guns and Ev Dennis is asking, teachers' vacation in Cambodia is unpaid, isn't it? Well, now that when I've decided now to not work the summer and then I'm coming back in September, that's unpaid. But we, as an employee, we get what's called annual leave. We get vacation days that you can use, and there's a limited amount of them, but when you use those, you get paid. It's paid time off. So we do get like 3 weeks of paid time off, something like that. Once you run out of those vacation days, then it's unpaid. So that's what I was saying, the last 2 weeks I've been using my vacation days. And then the 2 weeks before that was the last 2 weeks at my school. So my paycheck coming up are for those 4 weeks. So it should be pretty much a full paycheck. So what that meant was these last 2 weeks when I've just been chilling and doing nothing, I'm still earning the same amount of money as if I was going to work. So that's why it was even more amazing. Oh, 23rd day of the month. No, we get paid on the 27th, but that could be different at every school. They could pay you weekly, they could pay you every 2 weeks. At my school, I only get paid once every month. Like, it's not the same at all the schools, but at my school, it's on the 27th every month. That's okay, I could teach you English. I'm certified. What I might buy, they're saying get an electric zapper. What I'm thinking about buying, I've seen here is lotion you can put on, moisturizing lotion that smells good, but it's like mosquito repellent lotion too. So you put it on and then your skin will look nice and everything, and you have maybe a nice clean smell, but like some kind of flower or whatever, but it's repels mosquitoes too. Teach Australian. Oh, the YouTube payday. There's no payday on you. It's constantly adding it up every second. On YouTube, it sort of the numbers will refresh like once a day, and it seems to be like around 5 p.m. every day, but it can have a mind of its own and do it at different times. And the numbers you're seeing, when I check my numbers, it's showing me from 2 days ago. It's like it's behind a little bit all the time. Because I think they need time to calculate it and put it all together. More Formosa. Mosquitoes can be bad in Taiwan too, in parks or wilderness. They do a good job spraying and controlling them in the cities though. But never open a window at night if you plan to sleep. Yeah. And they're quiet. Here they're quiet. You know, usually you'd hear or whatever. Like here, there's no sound, and they're much smaller, so they're harder to spot. You're like, oh, that's just a fruit fly, or that was way too tiny, and then ouch, then you go die, and they're actually getting you. And then you kill it, and you look at it, you're like, oh my God, that is a mosquito. It's just like a tiny version of a mosquito. Like, Lars, I bought those big cans of repellent last time for my room. Yeah. What some people have is looks like a tennis racket, and it has a button on the handle, and the mesh inside the tennis racket is like electric zap. It's when you push the button, it'll electrocute the fly, and so then you're not chasing it around. You can kind of just swing it through the air in the direction where the fly went, and you hear like as it lightning zaps it from the tennis racket thing. We have one at school, and they come in the morning, and you just hear We're like, oh my God, it's a killing spree. Lars says he sprayed all his whole bungalow. I don't like that stuff. It's chemicals. Yeah, a fan. They're saying a fan helps to keep the mosquitoes away too. More Formosa. Once you hit maybe 2,000 subscribers, you can add the thanks button to your channel. So appreciative viewers can send donation or using super comments. I do have that. It's available right now. So you can, if you feel so inclined, you could make a donation to me, and I would appreciate it. But you don't have to. I know, especially in the last 3 years, money's been tough for everyone. Yeah, I have it all. I have it. It's great. One time someone sent me $100 at once. And before that, the record was someone sent 50, and then like a minute later, 10. So together it was like 60. This one guy sent 60. And then like a month after that, someone sent 100 one time. Lars. And those animal who walks through walls, I don't know the name. Ants? Yes, more Formosa, thank you. Akun. That's how you say thank you in Khmer. So more Formosa just donated $1.99. You don't know how far that goes. That's a breakfast right there. Or like, you could get 4 beers for that. And they say, from one struggling YouTuber to another. So does that mean you so you do content too? Everyone check out more Formosa. Check out their channel. They're a struggling YouTuber. What kind of videos do you do? I'll shout you out. Or like what's your channel about? Akep says, how do you find an apartment? I actually have a video that I made specifically just about that. So if you go to my playlist section, there's a playlist of videos that's called how to ... So it'll be, and then in there's different videos, and one's how to find an apartment is one of them. How to find a job, how to this, how to that, how to find work clothes and all that stuff. So go to the how to playlist and find my video, how to find an apartment, and check it out. Lars, gecko or something. Maddo, maybe geckos. Oh yeah, a gecko, yeah. And sometimes, yeah, a gecko is a really good sign because they'll eat the bugs and stuff. I saw one in here just yesterday. And I've always had quiet ones, but I've heard stories of people saying they go, They make this noise like exactly like that. Mano says, yeah, until they drop on your face, like if they're crawling on the ceiling and they drop down on your face. Should we go out on the balcony and get a change of scenery here? It's dark because it's probably like 9:15 at night. Oh, it's nice. It's cool out here. This is Naga World over here. guess you can't see much at nighttime here. Actually, I have another balcony. Oh, I lost connection for a second. Looks like it's back. So More Formosa's channel needs some love. So go over and watch a few videos and click like on them. Lars, why is it always there in Cambodia, those bars and windows like in prison? I don't know. I think it's because I can leave all my windows open and then no one can crawl inside, like, and people can't break in. Like, even if they wanted to smash the window and break in, you still can't get in because there's bars. I think that's what it is. It's just Khmer style. It's just like their decorative style is like that too. The other thing I've thought of is maybe it's monkeys. They're trying to stop monkeys from getting in, but that's not a problem here. I think it's not that. I've only seen a monkey twice ever in the city. I have a YouTube short on this channel where I filmed a monkey running around. Yeah, and years ago, theft was a really big problem. Then Lars says, but when there's a fire, then people can't get out the window. It's true. And yeah, if you know anyone who's thinking about making this leap or wanting to move to Cambodia, like, tell them about my channel or share a video, or message them a link to one of my videos or something and be like, hey, check this guy out. Maybe you're interested in it. Because like any leads help. I'm still such a small channel. I don't really reach a lot of people. And doing things like sharing the video or clicking like on it, that helps YouTube realize that they should show it to more people, and then the algorithm will like me better. So yeah, check the link. I know a lot of you writing here have heard me say it a million times, but I've got 12 or 13 people in the room. People watch the video later, so check the link in the description. Just because you go to the website doesn't mean you've signed up, and you could just go there and read about it. You could at least start checking it out and read about, see if you feel like it's right for you. And then if you have more questions and you're intrigued and interested, you could set up a Zoom call with the people at AVSC, and they're really nice, and they'll talk to you over video. And then if you want to go for it, you can apply and sign up, and then use the referral Tom Trips Out. How about playing good old Beatles on guitar now? For example, Yellow Submarine or Yesterday. I would use my phone for the chords, but I'm using my phone for this stream right now. Yesterday is probably the easier one. Does anyone in this room happen to know the chords? Looks like you got your life in good shape in Cambodia. No need to come back to live in Canada except to visit.
I like to live in Cambodia because it's centrally located.
That's right. It's cheap to get to any of the other like countries around.
More Formosa. Yeah, my channel tries covering unique destinations in Taiwan. Culture, food, oddities. At least until China invades. Yes. Or if someone can look up the, if you wanted, if you want a song, tell me the chords.
Like usually there's only like 4 chords. And you have to look it up yourself and then put it in the chat.
Seth, you can hop on a plane and 1 or 2 hours later you're in another country.
Yeah, that's right. From Cambodia, it's like all the other countries are surrounding Cambodia, so you can easily hop to any of the other countries.
Lars, I like Cambodia a lot. It's so a great place.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's been an hour, and I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. I'm down to keep on. Actually, what's my battery at? This thing could just die any minute. No, we're good. I've got like 30%, so there's enough time. But what's the chords for yesterday? And if it's too hard, I probably can't do it. Oh, did you write them? Tell me the chords. Craig in Cambodia just said what's up. He's coming in a month or something, and he's gonna start making content. I think he's already has videos up, but he's not in Cambodia yet, so pretty soon it'll start turning into Cambodia stuff. Phnom Penh's a great exploration starter for travel to other countries. Yeah. It's Saturday night, 8:30. I'm 12 hours ahead of you in the future. Oh man, yeah, I can't play guitar. I'm really a bass player. Keep It Real says the chords for yesterday: G, F sharp minor 7, B7, E minor, C, D7, G. Yeah, it's Saturday night. Let me try it. I don't know B7. And D7. Don't know it. I can't do it. I don't know B7. That's a crucial one, crucial part. Lars, Saturday here also. 45 days and you're in Cambodia. I got like, dude, like 10 days till I go to Canada. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have reverse culture shock. I think it's gonna be weird, and everything's gonna be so expensive. That's what I'm scared of too. If you want a shout out for your channel and you want to be cool like More Formosa, you could send a super thanks or super chat, and I'll shout out your channel and talk about you a little bit and spread the word and spread the love. Anyone that sends a donation gets a big shout out for sure. How was the last time you was in Canada? I've never visited since I left. Like, I've been gone for just over a year and a half, and I'm about to go back for the first time. Keep it real. You'll be in Cambodia in September. Nice. Are you coming to teach? Keep it real. That's why on guitar I just play original songs a lot, because I don't know guitar well enough to do covers. Other streamers do what for donations? Oh, like play songs? I go to Thailand in August, then Cambodia in September. I'm semi-retired, but I will have my guitar with me. Right, yeah. Lars is saying I need to get on PayPal and buy me a coffee. So I'm playing with a beer tab instead of a pick. It's alright to do what you do, as long as you feel it. It's okay to say what you said if you don't mean it. But I've had enough. tried to help. When it comes to pain, it's all the same. When you feel it, or when it comes to joy, I know I missed it more the day I didn't feel it anymore. Blinded baby, turn on the light to see who those angels really are. It was original too. My finger hurts. I'm playing with this beer tab instead of a pick. It's not working. Thank you, more Formosa. And I saw earlier, Craig. Yes, buddy. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Lars, and it does not harm you, so why not? Yeah. At what age did I learn to play bass? I started playing bass when I was like 13, 12 or 13, grade 7 in school. Nora D. Are most expats your age? Younger? Older? Well, Nora D, how old do you think I am? I'm a lot older than most people think. But I'd say, that's tough to say. There's lots of expats in every age group, but teachers and travelers and backpackers, they seem to be more younger, like 20, between 19 and like 28 or 27 or something. That's a really common age group. How old do you think I am, Nora D? I'm 37 and a half. So I'm getting close to 38 even. Lars, I wish I could play some instrument like that. You can, just practice. More Formosa sent $1.99 again, thank you. And he wrote, for a side order of Canadian poutine on me. I do need to go there's a fast food place called Poutini's, actually. And there's one called Smokes Poutine, that's probably the one I'll go to, Smokes. And that's all they do is poutine, and they put different toppings on top of it. Like they make you a poutine and then they'll put like bacon on top, or they'll put pulled pork on top, or like something on top. Keep it real. Tim, you play acoustic very well for a bass player. Sky's the limit for you on acoustic if you want to go in that direction. Yeah, I have good rhythm. It's just I don't know many chords, but that's no excuse. I could easily learn them. I play ukulele too. Seth, have you ever bumped into Itchy Feet on the cheap? I've never, not in person, but we've wrote to each other and commented. His partner, the woman, Sarah, I think her name's Sarah, she's from the same neighborhood in Toronto that I'm from. They're Canadian too. Lars, does YouTube algorithm count how much people watch your vids and how long? Yeah, all that stuff. and if they clicked like, and if they share it, and the average of everybody, and if after that video's over, if they watched another one of my videos, or did they go away to somewhere else, like it watches that too. And yeah, it knows everything. It's crazy the amount of data points. It goes deep. Even like how many, like it even keeps track of what you watch next after one of my videos. Keep it real. Rhythm is where the rubber meets the road. Yeah, big time. I have an acoustic bass too, hang on. I was gonna end it, but now we're doing a jam. Yeah, and Lars is asking, can I see all that stuff? Yeah, it's analytics, you can see it all when you have a channel. Yeah, you were right. Pretty much. I'm getting close to 38. I'm 37 and a half. 37 and a half. Well, keep it real. It's Tom. You keep saying Tim. It's Tom. Tom trips out. It's all good. More Formosa says Nora D could get a gig at an amusement park guessing people's ages. So Lars is asking about when am I going to launch my members section? I keep not making I'm going to put like more exciting videos there, and I was thinking tonight I'm going to go out and catch people doing in bars. They sell they'll fill up balloons with like laughing gas and sell that at the bars. I was going to make a video for my members page I'm going to launch. I was going to make a video about those balloons at the bars that they sell everywhere now. It's like nitrous gas or something. So I might go out tonight and film that and then put it together and maybe launch it tomorrow. But yeah, I think the price is $3.99. I set it all up a while ago and then I didn't quite launch it yet because I don't have any videos for it made yet. I think it's $3.99. I have the number 3 in my head, so it might be $2.99 because that's so close to 3, or it might be $3.99. It's not helium, but it's something. It might be laughing gas, yeah. And Lars is saying, what about he's asking about different prices when there's a member section. You can, as a creator, I could make different tiers. Like if you want to be just a basic member, it's $3 and this is what you get. And if you want to be an even better member, you pay like $5.99 and you get more stuff every month and then more. So as a creator, I can design how many levels I want to have and all that, but I'm just starting it out and I can barely get the time to, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to have there's just one option. You sign up and it's $3.99 or whatever. And as time goes on, if it's catching on, I can add more to it. But, you know, if only 2 people sign up and it's not really, there's no point in having a million levels when I'm so small. So I'm just gonna have one option. All right, so that's it. So check the link below. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram if you want to message me one-on-one or leave a comment on anything. I'm still so small of a channel that I personally answer like all the comments. Or if it doesn't require me writing anything, I still like heart it and like it, and so you know that I read it and everything. Reach out, and you know I'm here to answer your questions and help you get over here and take the Tesla course. Until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.